Hello everyone, Anita here, and this is day 20 guys, of the 30-day sketchbook challenge. It's literally the last stretch. It's the last 10 days. I am very excited. Is it bad to say that I'm excited? I like it. I like doing it. But a little disclaimer today, before I start talking and make a fool out of myself. It's really late right now. It's past 1 at night and I am completely dead. I can't wait to get to bed. But still, I'm meeting you guys here for today's sketch. So please just bear in mind that if I say something silly, it's just really late. To be honest, I did not expect much from today's sketch because I started it at midnight, I think. It was literally midnight, so technically I skipped a day. But that's because I woke up very, very late today. I painted last night's 52 weeks challenge piece until I finished it at 6 a.m. And so before I woke up, it was past noon and so on and so forth. I had tons of things to do during the day, and so kind of everything moved further and further. And so when I actually had to start painting this, and here is a air quote sketch, I just gave up. I was like, oh, this is not going to be good at all. I've already expected a little failure. I picked out a sketch. Actually, this is a recycled sketch. I had a tiny little thumbnail in one of my sketchbooks, and it was just stuck in my head for a long time because I really like the idea. I've added a few pieces to this one, as you can see, if you can see it. There's this big, really fluffy raccoon that's being held up in the air by balloons. Really simple concept, perfect for a sketchbook. Again, quote unquote, sketchbook. Just a tiny illustration, I like it. But, this... I'm not very good at Copics. I don't have that feel for them. Watercolor probably would come better, but I didn't really know where to start coloring this raccoon. As you can see, I'm jumping from one side point to the other. I've decided to use browns just because the Copic stash that I've stolen from a friend had some really cool browns. Just in case, guys, when I say stolen, that they are stolen, they're actually not really stolen. Just a quick note there, just in case you guys are confused. I've just borrowed them from her. And so I've decided to use those browns, and, I started coloring in his face, and I really didn't know what to do with the whole body. The face came out good. It was just very meh, just a normal, nothing very special. And then I started coloring this tail, and at some point I started adding little hairs sticking out from the body, from the shape. And I thought, this is actually a pretty cool idea, and I would do that normally with watercolor. Somehow it did not occur to me to use that same technique with Copics, and I really liked it. I started thinking how I could use it, and so I've decided to use a few different techniques just to try how things are going to work. And so I'm here adding a very light coat of one of those Copics. There's a list always below of the colors I've used. So the very light coat, and I'm adding darker lines over it. They're not very precise. Like I've said, I was really tired. Really, I still am, because it's actually like half an hour later. It's not really that late. So I was really tired, and I was just, trying stuff out. And I was like, whatever, go, it's gonna be fine. You guys will understand if it's not gonna be perfect. And then I picked up the pencil brush. It's a Pentel Colour Brush. It's practically like an ink in the brush form. And I started adding lines, and not really very, very thick lines, like not very even lines. I was just sketching, literally sketching with that paintbrush, added little hairs, the same way I've done with the tail. And I like that so bad. It was so nice. probably because that ink has a perfect tone for those browns I've used. It's a little bit warmer. It is transparent, so it layers. It's really, it was such a nice effect. I did not expect it at all. When I started painting this, I already gave up on it at the very beginning. So I did not expect anything, and what actually came out, this raccoon here, I am very proud of him. I did not expect that. I'm really proud of him, and the more I started adding little details, the more he came out, better and better. So, I don't say that quite often when I mean, I like my pictures, but not often I have that effect when I'm really happy with how something looks. And in this case, that ink over the Copic, it looks so vibrant, so full of energy that I just completely fell in love with that effect. And so I really like how dark everything looked at the bottom, so I really wanted to continue that at the top. And so I'm really coloring in very simple balloons. There's no shading whatsoever. I mean, it might look like there is because, of course, I'm coloring from the edges, kind of, so the middle is a little bit lighter, but it's not, I wasn't really thinking, oh, I have to shade it. It was just something natural. That's how I color in shapes. And so I've chosen 3 different colors, 3 different shades of blue, and some I was going for that kind of vintage colors, something that would fit with that brown, the brown ink. Because I wanted to use it once again to outline, just to connect everything together, so that the picture looks like one thing instead of 2 separate pieces in one. And I pretty much, honestly, it's a really simple illustration, and I have nothing really to say about it anymore. At the end, I've only decided to add a little bit of a pattern. And I was thinking as well if I should use the Pentel brush to connect the balloons to the body, but in the end I've used the acrylic pen, the Molotov acrylic pen, just because I have more control over it. At the pen, the brush pen, it's meant for calligraphy, so any kind of small change of angle, it changes the thickness of the line, and in this case I really wanted the lines to be uniform, so but it fits really nicely, and because I used the black on the eye, it kind of worked out really nice as well. Perhaps I'm thinking about it too much, but I liked it. And the last thing, because there was still not enough of that detail I really like, so I've decided to add a very simple pattern. And I've added some polka dots to one of the colors, and then that chevron, is that chevron? I think it is. Just a zigzag to the other, and the third one I just left plain. And that's pretty much it, guys. I'm very surprised because I did not expect that I would be so pleased with the effect. So I hope you guys enjoyed it as well, and I'm gonna go to sleep now because I think I deserved it. Thank you so very much for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye!